Okay, so there are 3 bolts holding on the heat shield, which are that one, and that one. My finger will, let me point to it without focusing on my finger. That one, and that one. And now taking that off, I've got more access to the 3 bolts on the downpipe there. I will try and undo those now. Okay, so in order to access those 3 bolts, you need to also take out the air pipe here. And watch out for this bit. I snapped this bit on mine trying to get mine out. It should be a problem to fix it again, but ideally you don't want to do that. I don't know if you can see down there, but there are the 3 bolts I undid in there. They were very, very difficult to access to undo them. But the best thing to do is to take that heat shield off above the drive shaft. So that's only 3 Allen bolts, which are 6mm. Take them off, get that out of the way, put the wheel back on, and get it back up on the ramps. Once you've got, I suggest doing this first. So the next step I'm going to do is under the car, which is the middle clamp, which is, I'll show you now. Okay, so under the car now, you can see this is the middle clamp here. There's literally no bolt left to undo there, especially that one. So I'm going to use my new grinder to cut there and try and get the sleeve off. Coming back this way, this is the other end towards the front end of the car. You can see, I can't really move about much under here, but that's the bit there, the flexi joint, which is really bad. And now even that bit there is supposed to be on it, but it's halfway up the pipe. I can slide it around all over the place. So yeah, there is another clamp to undo with a little spring on it. You probably can see there. So I've got to undo that next. But I'm going to cut this first. See what lies beneath there. Okay, so after grinding this off across the bands there and the bands there, just use the chisel to push them out. Not very difficult, that part at all really. And I've just noticed now if I move it, it's very difficult to hold this film and do this at the same time, but I should do my best. So if I twist that bit is moving independently, so I'm pretty sure that as I slide that down, there you go, that just came out, look. So it is in 2 halves for sure. Now, just got to unbolt the bit that's holding on that end, and that should come out now. And then just put the new one on. Just take this clamp off one now. Got a nice brand new one to put on there. So there you go. I've got to just clean this up. Clean that up good and proper. Put the new clamp on there. Okay, so next bit to undo. So there's my extremely bad flexi joint coming to bits. Again, there's a bit that's supposed to go over it, which is sailing off down the end there. And there's like a bracket here with a spring and a bolt there. The bit that's holding it onto the car is just here. So there's a couple of bolts there I'm going to have to undo. And then I think I probably have to take this bracket off and put it on the new one. I'm pretty sure. I shall find out. Okay, so this is all off the car now. So there's the intermediate joint where I cut the grinder to get that off. Yeah, you'd never have undone those bolts, so there's nothing left of them. I can't focus on it for some reason. But you can see nothing on those bolts, so definitely needs the new one of those. And then this bit is coming to bits. If I do that, you can see it's gonna, a little pole that's just gonna fall to bits. So I'm gonna keep this because in the future I might chop there and somewhere weld a new one in, so I've got a spare, because the rest of the pipe is actually still solid. And of course there's the other bit, it's supposed to be on there. I'm guessing it might be the original from when the car was made. Can't be totally sure, but that was 2005 anyway. So now it's a case of just putting the new one on and bolting it all back up. Okay, so here's the finished result. There is the exhaust on and everything fixed up now, so that there is on there. Okay, so after quite a lot of messing around with this bracket that came with this exhaust, I've had it around a few different ways, and I've settled on putting it this way, and I've had to bend it around to fit. So here's what I've done. There's a part here which originally was all there with a rubber bush in there, so that's still attached as it was before. Then the two bits of metal that come down there I've attached to this part here, where I've bent it around, and then this clamp goes. It's always difficult to film because I can't see my screen. So you can see the clamp goes all the way around the exhaust there, and I've just joined it together here. I've just reused that. I used a spare bolt for that bit and the original bolt for that bit. So of course you've got your 3 bolts up there, which are very difficult to reach. It is doable, but you're better off using an extra person to stand or above the engine to hold a spanner while you go underneath with a ratchet or with lots of extensions. That's the best way to do that. That would make it much quicker. Surprisingly, the bolts weren't actually that rusty or difficult to undo. It was just getting them to stop from spinning, to counter hold them. That was the hardest bit. So, and then of course screwing them back on again, I could have done with an extra pair of hands to hold it while I screw it on. But I got there in the end on my own. And then if we look down, so you can see a little bit of rust all there already on the new one, but never mind, it's cheap anyway. So that goes all the way down there to the clamp, and I've tightened that clamp. I didn't use any exhaust paste on it, and I can see like a little bit of black soot after driving for over a week now. So I've really gone up there and clamped them down really tight now. And I mean, that clamp was £14 off of eBay. And this exhaust, which is the intermediate pipe with the flexible join, that was about £80. I think that's from Auto Doc or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. But there you go. And oh yeah, just to note as well, there is a middle. How can I point with it with my finger? Middle section there. Those 2 bolts. I think they're 16mm bolts, and they just undo to get that. It's like a brace. It just gets it out of the way. So there we go.